My name is Earl Haas from Karmann, Indiana. I purchased this bus about 4 years ago from a junkyard in Pickaway, Ohio, and brought it home and took 2 years and 1,200 hours to restore it. Sandblasted everything underneath. All the wheel wells have been painted. It's got a acrylic enamel on it. I've done all the work myself, the welding, body work. I've done everything except the upholstery on the seats. It's a 1967 Westphalia, so I've had now about 4 years. And as you can see, it's pretty much all original. It's got the German gas stove, the ice box, the water pump, water tank, pop top. It's got the vintage roof rack. It's got the German labels on them. All the cabinetry is all original. A lot of the parts were missing, and I picked those up off the internet. Drove from like North Carolina and South Carolina to pick them up. The engine was all redone. I did that myself. Basically, the internal guts of the engine was still all original. I didn't do anything with that. Just cleaned everything, painted, really all detailed out.
Bob and Bobby Hall. We love our van. We camp in it all the time, actually almost year round. It's really lived in. It's one of the best things that's ever happened to us. Take it to Michigan all the time. As I said, we love to go camping. It's a 1974 Westphalia. We've had it for about 5 years now, and we actually bought it in Michigan. It's we just had it redone by Budget Paint and Body. Had it repainted, and new seals put in the top of it and around a couple of the windows. We're still working on it. It's kind of like one of those things, as long as we own it, we'll put work into it.
I chose the Hawaiian theme because I thought it would be fun and cheerful, and just put it together about a week ago. Decided we were coming here to Columbus to the Volkswagen show. Always have a great turnout here, so we thought we would come over here and bring the bus to the first show. Had it about 2 years, and did some restoration. It's not perfect, it's just for fun. We camped over here last night. It was fun to do that. That was our first time we got to camp in it. So it's nice to finally use it after all the work we've done. But there's always more to do, so we'll have to go back home and start in again. But we found a few parts here at the swap meet to add to the bus. This is a cot up here. One person can sleep up here as long as they don't weigh more than 150 pounds. And then this makes into a full-size, more like a queen-size bed. And then a kid cot goes across the front for a child to sleep in. So it's a beautiful day.
My name's Don Jones. I live in Newark, Ohio, 155 South 32nd Street. I have a 74 camper here. I got it about 3 years ago. It was pretty good shape, so I just painted it more or less. Put a new canvas top on it. It's really not built for show. I just mainly go to races with it, all kind of races all over. Have a lot of fun with it. This usually one night stays or whatever, and put a new motor in it so I could be trustworthy going all over the country with it. Just actually have a lot of fun with it. A lot of people enjoy seeing it going down the road and give me beeps and honks all the time, and just a lot of fun.
Hello, my name's Ted Feinsman. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I have a 1971 Volkswagen Type 2 Westphalia camper. I travel approximately 5,000 to 6,000 miles a year just going to Volkswagen events, like this one. And this is Goldie. There's her name. I've owned Goldie for about 4 years. She is restored mechanically so that I don't break down on the highway. The engine has been rebuilt. It's a stock 1600 with a couple of modifications to make it cruise at a better highway speed. The interior has been reupholstered and is basically the stock interior. The front seats have been modified with Corvette lumbar supports built on the stock seat frames. It has full instrumentation and a carbon fiber dash.
It's a 1975 Westby Bus, a little different than some of the other buses. It is 1973 interior, but the exterior of the bus reflects 1975. Westphalia would sometimes take leftover parts and they would retrofit later model buses for use up pieces and parts. The interior I have done completely on my own, all from Baltic birch, same type of stuff they use in airplanes for lightweight and color of wood, light wood. The paint is Guards Red on the bottom, which is a Porsche color. The top is Arctic White, and there's lots of money and more hours and money than I care to think about involved in this thing. We use it as a tailgating van for Ohio State football games. Also camp and fish with it. No sense having a toy that you can't play with. And that's basically the story. The bus will sleep 5 adults, or actually 4 adults. The bus will sleep 4 adults, 2 in the top. The bench seat in the bottom folds out. Will also sleep 2. And then over the steering wheel, you'll see a cot that will sleep up to a 100-pound child comfortably.
Hi, my name is Rob McClenning. I'm from Rushville, Ohio. I'm attending the Volkswagen Fest here for about my 4th year. This is my 1974 Volkswagen Super Beetle. If you notice the little item on the rear of the car, you'll find it has a wind-up key on it. The Volkswagen Fest is really great. We've enjoyed seeing all the different types of cars. And I want to thank the Volkswagen Club. The people are really great. I've met some of them, and it's just a wonderful time. And there's just such a different variety of Volkswagens out here for people to see, and just having a great time. So.
Well, in 1972, I saw this vehicle on the cover of Car and Driver magazine. I wanted one then. I went to my local dealer at the Volkswagen shop, at the Volkswagen dealer, and he advised me he didn't know anything about it. When I showed him the article, he said he was going to check on it. Well, for 6 months they were telling him that it might happen, and then all once they quit talking about it. So they never did come to the actual showroom floor. Well, I've wanted one since then, and then I was at going up across Indiana. I saw one at a used car lot, and it was out in the middle of nowhere in Indiana. I went back on Monday to check out if it was still there, and the guy in Michigan had bought it and took it. The only thing I had was his name and address, no phone number. And I called the information to get see if he still had it, and he had an unlisted number, so that was another one lost. Well, in the movie Virtual Combat, I saw one, and that was in 1998. I went on the internet, started looking for one. Everyone told me that they never heard of it. Well, I went to VW Chat, and they said they saw one on Price of His Toys. So I went to Price of His Toys, contacted that guy, and he said he had it, and he had just bought it not too long ago. Well, I proceeded to get hot on going on, so I ran an ad in a magazine, in Kit Car magazine. I had 10 calls. All 10 calls directed me to 10 more people. And on the 10th one, it finally struck gold. The guy knew what I was talking about, and he had a shove back in his barn. I asked him what he wanted. He said his price. I said, send me pictures. We'll make sure we're talking about the same thing. He sent me pictures, and I called him up, and I said, I'm going to send you a deposit. And that happened in March of 1999. On the Memorial or Labor Day weekend, whatever weekend that is at the end of March, I went out and picked it up and drove it 2,850 miles to my doorstep. So I've had it since March of 1999 and been improving the appearance of the vehicle ever since. But I've got a boatload of information on it. You know, just regular old 1600 dual port VW engine, air cooled. It's on a Type 1 Beetle chassis, and that was the problem. Volkswagen told Brubaker they sell whole cars, not parts of cars. So, in other words, that's why it didn't fly, because they wouldn't sell him just the chassis. As far as the interior goes, it's pretty much what you want to do with it. I've dressed it up a lot compared to what it should be. But the main reason for the one door, Curtis advised me that gave the driver's side superior strength in case of a crash, because he has a fiberglass beam that runs down through that side. Fuel tank is mounted in the center for safety, keep from explosion, and the door opens up on this side mainly because of the safety reasons, and then plus, like I said, the safety reasons for the accident features. If you can see in the video that it's got the texture in there. Curtis said it would be better to use the vinyl texture rather than put the real vinyl on it, because the texture on that would last longer than the real vinyl top out in California. And this is his idea of the world's first minivan, and that's from J.D. Powers, believe it or not. As you see in there, he used the parts for his third car he assembled in a TV show in the mid-70s called The Art 2. And that ran for, I guess it was 15 episodes. I have all the episodes at house on tape. And it's just been a real joy to own. And if you take a look at that poster, the poster's probably more rare than the car. 52 cars have been built. That was it before they folded up. And that is the original poster and the original brochure that they were going to use at the Volkswagen or Porsche dealers, or both of them, if it would have came to be able to be sold. So we had everything instead to sell it, and then Volkswagen just wouldn't do it.
Started out with a 99 1.8 turbo new Beetle. I flew to Washington, D.C. to get it. Got it 9 weeks before any Ohio dealerships got one. It was actually May 17th, I believe, of '99 I went and got it. Projexo Fender Flares I had to have custom molded into the body. And all of these lines here are custom made because it was a solid piece and I wanted to be able to remove the bumper, so I had to have those made. Shaved turn signals, European spec headlights with turn signals inside of them. Same with the back fender flares, I had to have these seams made. Shaved the side marker lights that were here, just to clean the back up a little bit. Hollowed the turn signals out for solid red clears. Actually put a dual filament in there, so at nighttime the whole tail light lights up red instead of just the bottom half. Carbon fiber rear wing, that's a Dietrich piece. That's about it. That's the antenna for the radio. Puts a little bit of carbon fiber tape on there just to carry the carbon fiber theme a little bit more. And my wife hasn't left me yet. That's a plus.
And you know, the parents are out here all of a sudden, that's a good thing.
But yeah, it's my pride and joy. I love it. It's a weekend warrior, no trailer queen, you know. I got stone chips to prove it. I love driving it. I didn't build it to trailer it.
My name's Andy Nixon, live at 428 Edinburgh Road, Dublin, Ohio. This is my 91 GTI. I've owned it for 8 years. Bought it from the original owner. Had some modifications done when I acquired the vehicle, and it's been kind of a work of art ever since. Obviously the most substantial modification is a 99 Passat 180 motor. It's got a cami rear wing, all the headlights, tail lights, rally golf headlights, custom CD player, 12-inch sub, pretty much original paint. I had a unfortunate break-in a couple weeks ago, so I gotta get some body work done. But that's pretty much how things go, I guess, when you own a car that's a little flashy. So.
My name is Aaron Kennison. This is my 1956 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. It's European spec. The car started out in Germany. It was bought and brought back by a guy in the Air Force. I've had it for about 8 years. Fully restored. It's completely original mechanically. It's been gone through. I drive it everywhere. It's not a trailer car. And it has about 68,000 miles on it. And it's number 2784 from the first year of production.
That's why the last one lost, and he kind of fell off, so we're going to make him run it again. You know, he fell off and he was pedaling. Yeah, you got to be pedaling all the way across that line. That's why the last one, they're on the way down there, look out! Oh. We lost a part. Was he pedaling?